Shia wudaneaki, dunj e Kluane Adamek uye. Dachlowedi ayahat, ageo hatu asaug, ganach chish ta'an, ganach chish kwanlandan. Honorable people, my name's Kluane Adamek, and I'm from the Dachlowedi Killer Whale Clan. My traditional name is Age, which means daughter of the lake, a name that I'm honored to carry that belonged to my great-great-great-grandmother. I also want to acknowledge the traditional territory in which I'm joining you from, the Kwanlandan First Nation and Ta'an Quechan Council. I also encourage all of you to take some time to learn more about the Indigenous people of the New York City area, understanding there's over 15 tribes, the Haudenosaunee people, and many more. And so it is important that as part of the work that we do in bridging leadership and bringing community and bringing people together, that we are always thinking about who came before and what were the lives of those people like, and how do we support culture and sharing of knowledge with this next generation. I'm incredibly honored and very humbled to be an award recipient for this year's David Rockefeller Bridging Leadership Awards. Thank you so much, Synergos. Upon receiving this news, had so many reflections of those previous winners and of course the future winners that may be stepping into this space tonight. Bridging leadership is about ensuring that there's connection, ensuring that there's compassion and understanding in all the work that we do. In the climate space, which is a space that, as a northerner coming from the northern part of Canada, just next to Alaska, for those who are curious, I come from the Yukon, and I come from a community and a region that has been so drastically impacted by climate change. I can share with you that the tribe I come from, or nation as we say in Canada, Kluane First Nation, has had our lake go down by over 10 feet within the last decade. That is something that we never thought we would see in our generation, but it was actually the knowledge keepers, the elders, that had stories about how one day Kluane Lake may become a river. And so that is the reality that we're living with. There's stories, there's traditional knowledge of Indigenous peoples from right around the world that has so much to contribute to the solutions of today. We just need to listen. And so when it comes to bridging leadership, this is such an important opportunity for all of us to really think about the ways in which we work with Indigenous people, specifically women, knowledge keepers, and young people. In the region that I come from, we've embarked on a journey to talk about reconnection. Because when we think about climate change, one of the huge reasons, and there's symptoms and there's cause, and one of the huge reasons is that as human beings, we become so disconnected from the living world around us. Acknowledging the water, acknowledging the lands, and recognizing how much that they contribute to our life and our well-being. This is part of an Indigenous worldview, and it's a worldview that many are perhaps starting to understand, but for generations, this worldview has not been something that's been included in public policy, in societal change, in ways that we make decisions, because Indigenous people have not been at the forefront of decision making. And so here we are in 2023 at a time where bridging leadership, bringing those voices together of young people, of women, of knowledge keepers, into every single discussion around solution when it comes to climate and the environment and water is so very important. And the connection between health and wellness and education and the future is also all integrated with the land and the waters that we're connected to. And so I understand that for some, this might be seen as perhaps a fluffy conversation, if you will. But when it really comes down to it, taking that pause, spending time outside in nature, makes people feel good. And why is that? It's because as human beings, we've always been connected to the world around us. Here in a modern world in 2023, I often get asked that question. What does it mean to be a young Indigenous person in 2023? It means that you always have to balance and bridge the history, the traditions, the protocols that you come from, and the world that you live in 2023. If you will, a stiletto and a moccasin is often the example that you hear a lot of young women sharing right across the country, and of course right across Indian country in the United States. And so here we are in 2023 with an important opportunity to bridge that leadership and bridge those gaps with those who don't have the same opportunities as we do, through leading through our values, empathy, compassion, respect, mutual recognition, and trust, and finding ways to be even more inclusive than we are now. This is not an easy feat. Certainly, as our elders say, if it was easy, then we would have already done it. But it is our time now to find these ways to merge and blend ideas, to see each other and truly hear each other for the solutions that we have to bring based on our protocols, our traditions, and who we are and where we come from. In closing, I wanted to share a story about where I come from, in a place in a world where the women, the matriarchs, are ultimately the decision makers. And so a long time ago, there was a group of the Kluane. This group was, of course, the clan I shared with you that I'm from, the killer whale people. And they were traveling. They had gone from the coast of Alaska to inland Yukon, and there's all these different stories about trade and about migration. And so they came, the Kluane people, they came to a glacier, this insurmountable glacier. Do they go around it? Do they try to climb over it? And it was the two matriarchs, Awasde and Yekdushe, who said, we're going to go first. We see an opening there, and we're going to go first to bring our people through. And there are these beautiful songs that go with this story. And this dates back to over 10,000 years. And how do we know this? Because of the anthropological sort of Western science, if you will, that shares, the ways in which the glaciers melted, and looked at different travel paths of Indigenous people, specifically Tlingit people from southern Yukon into Alaska. And so these songs then that we know are over 10,000 years old, and they're still sung today. And it's that spirit and courage and leadership, bridging the gap of the knowledge keepers, those who have come before, with the young people watching to see what would happen, with, of course, all the community around them. And the matriarchs made it to the other side. And so here we are again in 2023 thinking about what is that glacier? In a recent context, that glacier is melting really quickly. But what does that mean for the community? How are we going to continue to surpass and be able to advance solutions based on our traditions and protocols, but in a modern world? And so this becomes our challenge collectively together. Bridging those gaps, hearing each other, listening to each other, and creating that important space. What I mean by that is including the Indigenous peoples from the territories in which you live and work, in all of the work that you do, because those solutions come from generations and thousands of years of bridging leadership between generations, between nations, between people. And so with that, I'm wishing you all the best this evening. I'm so excited to share this very special honor with the other laureates for tonight. Again, thank you so much to Synergos, Gunach Chi, Shoni Than, and enjoy your evening.